It's the new year, which means it's time for some resolutions. This year, my resolution is learning how to do the robot. Also, I'm going to update my COVID vaccine booster. An updated COVID vaccine boosts your protection against severe illness, hospitalization, and the worst outcomes of COVID. Find updated vaccines at vaccines.gov. We can do this. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
That little Fumi that I always knew that we all thought that he was an innocent man, and then he just came out of closet out of nowhere, just like, God damn Fumi.
Welcome, everybody, to yet another episode of the podcast that just won't stop. Okay?
We won't
the
stop.
Asian Not Asian podcast cannot stop, will not stop, won't stop.
You've begged us to stop, and we refuse to.
We don't give a fuck. People pay us on Patreon to stop the podcast, and I'm like, never.
No amount of money will stop us.
Zero, okay? This podcast isn't even real anymore. It's all ChatGPT based podcast. This isn't. You think this is Mike Nguyen? No, this is a Bing browser.
Oh, I do want to talk about that.
Okay,
but I didn't read. I didn't read the full transcript. But oh my god!
Oh, you're talking about the thing with the New York Times guy?
Yes.
And how the ChatGPT tried to seduce him, or whatever. Bing tried to seduce him.
Yeah, Bing tried to seduce him. Oh my! I'm so scared. It's her. It's her. The movie
freaky.
Her. It's so freaky. I woke up in the morning, and I think the article came out first thing in the morning. So the first thing I woke up to was the transcript of the bot being like, "You don't love your wife, you love me." Yeah. I was like, "Oh my god, the world is ending."
That's this podcast, okay?
Yeah.
That's this podcast. This podcast is like, your wife doesn't love you.
Yeah.
Marry us instead.
Yeah. Listen to us. Don't listen to your wife. Listen to us.
Don't listen to your wife. This is the first episode back with Jenny. We missed you.
I missed you guys.
Did you?
Yeah, I really did. This has been just a place in my life, every week, where I get to be an idiot publicly.
We missed your fun, goofy energy, your fun sweatshirts. Are you wearing a Berkeley?
I am.
Oh my god!
I'm in my childhood home, so my pajamas are high school clothes. You know, I'm wearing polar bear fleece pajamas from Old Navy, probably from 2003.
Yep.
And I've just had them in this household, so now I'm wearing my one Berkeley sweatshirt I still have. I took off my water polo sweats and put on some jeans in case you, for some reason, this video caught the bottom half of my torso. But yeah, I'm full dress like me in 2006.
You are reverting back to Bay Area Jenny.
Yeah, it's really scary.
First, you weren't doing the makeup. Then the Bushwick look was kind of falling away. You know, now you got the polar fleece.
I know. I'm
Bay
in
Area
full
uniform.
Bay Area. I'm actually even getting my teenage pimples back.
Your hormones are becoming Bay Area again. Well, we're so glad to have you back. We're gonna have fun. It's gonna be fun. And yeah, just some quick opening announcements here. Hack City is March 10th. That's our stand-up show. That's at Union Hall. Our stand-up show, Hack City, is it's the second Friday of every month. So it'll be March 10th, Union Hall in Brooklyn. Come check it out, and tickets are in the link description, or just Google Hack City Comedy, or go to our website, or there's a million ways to find it. It's a lot of fun, and I think Jenny will be at that one.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
I should be there.
We'll see. She might be wearing her Berkeley sweatshirt.
We'll see. Vibes are changing.
It's a vibe shift. And then also, hey, you know what? It's mid-February. You're probably planning your Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month event. Why not have 2 Berkeley graduates come and talk to you about it? Okay, you know, we're just drop us an email, let us know, talk to your HR team or whoever it is, your church group or your book club, and if you want us to stop by and say hello, and we'd love to represent. So just send us a note or DM us, and it'll be great. Finally, please leave us a review. Jenny loves reviews.
I am so afraid of them. But if they're great, I love
If
them.
they're great. They're great.
If they validate me, they're the best.
Always validate Jenny in all of the reviews personally. Yeah,
Yes.
don't talk about the podcast.
Just
talk
me
about
as an
Jenny.
entity. Yeah.
And with that, we're going to do a quick Patreon shout outs. What we do now on the Patreon shout out is if you support us on Patreon, we give you a little backstory. You know, we wanted to give you a little value add. Okay, we used to just guess the your race and ethnicity based on your name, but now we give you a whole thing. Okay, so you want to get on that? It's patreon.com/Asian Not Asian Pod. Today's Patreon subscriber, new subscriber, is Jin Hee Ha. See, the Jin Hee, I was like, okay, I'm formulating, but then it was a hard fork to the left. Ha.
What is ha? I don't know. I always say Japanese because that's all I know, Mike. I'm so not aware of anything. Jin Hee Ha. How do you spell ha? It's a H-A?
H-A. I knew a Vietnamese person named Ha.
Okay.
You know what? If it's tripping you up, just give me the vibes for this person and their backstory. Are we getting anything here?
I don't know why, but I saw wide khaki pants. Pleated khaki pants. What is that? It could be like, maybe because we're talking about my middle school outfits, I'm thinking of like khaki cargo pants. And so this person wears khaki cargo pants, but they weren't wearing it because it's cool. It was like actually their pair from like 2000, whenever the cargo pants first came around. But now the trend has circled back where it's
come
cool
back all
again.
the way around. So now it's cool again.
Yeah, but Jin Hee doesn't even know that.
Yo.
So they're like so trendy right now, but they don't even know that it's like part of the trend because they're doing their own thing. They're like, I just love cargo pants because they're functional. Mm-hmm. But people keep asking, hey, where are your cargo pants from?
Where are your cargo pants from? And
yeah.
she's like, Abercrombie, or whatever.
Exactly. So it's like accidentally like very in vogue right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
But always doing their own thing.
Always doing their own thing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, longboarding,
Oh, wow.
Longboarding. Yeah. I'm getting longboard. But again, before it was cool, it's just a way for Jin Ha to get around.
Yeah.
Jin Hee to get around.
Right.
But now it's just her life. Right?
I love that. Yeah.
She's getting on style blogs. She doesn't even know. She's like, what's a style blog? What the fuck?
They ended up in like a fashion magazine in Asia, and they don't. But they're here. But they're like, what? Like a Tokyo magazine ran a picture of them, and they didn't even know.
Can I tell you one time? Well, when I first moved to New York, I was so excited because I moved. One of my first jobs. I was like an intern somewhere, and me and my supervisor wanted to take me out to lunch, so we went out to lunch. Mm-hmm. It's me, him, and like his boss, and we're like, they're very cool people, and we're walking around, and I had on a ridiculous outfit, and these two Japanese people stopped me and were like, hey, we're gonna take a picture of you, is that cool? Like of me, and in front of my supervisors.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, hell yeah, woo.
Yeah.
And they were like, I was like, oh, where's this gonna come out? And they were like, oh, it's gonna be in like, I can't remember now, like nylon, but like Japan nylon.
Wait, nylon Japan is real.
Yes. But to this day, I've been searching. I like went and looked for nylon. This is back when everything was on the web. Yeah. So I was like looking through the website of Japan nylon, and to see if I had an outfit. I mean, to see if I could see what I was wearing.
Yeah.
I've never found it.
Really?
So maybe they cut me after
you
all.
You might have been cut, but that's what a compliment. That's huge.
I know.
Did they like write down your information and all of that so they could write you in the caption?
Stuff. Oh yeah, so they were like, "Oh, what is how old are you and what do you do?" Blah blah blah. And I'm an intern. Ha ha. Anyways,
that's my dream. I have to stop dressing like this. I need to stop dressing like this.
No, but
ASAP.
Berkeley. I mean, the sweatshirts are cool now.
I know they're cool in Asia, but not here.
Oh wow.
Oh my God.
Jinhee, you're so cool. Thank you very much. And if you want to get up on this fun activity, just go to patreon.com/asian.asianpod and you can subscribe or you can support us. We're going to bring on our guest. I'm excited. I met this person some time ago, and I am going to be honest. I didn't know how to describe what she does or who she is. I looked on LinkedIn for you, and I couldn't find... I found your LinkedIn. There's nothing on it. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's because we're not friends or it's because you're just like, yo, fuck LinkedIn. I'm going to get a LinkedIn, but not put anything on that motherfucker. Okay? So I'm gonna bring her on, and then I'm gonna have her explain what she does. I'm gonna say though, she's a food professional. I will kind of broadly say that just to set it up. But please welcome onto the show, Riska LyHo, everyone.
Woo!
Hi guys.
Yay!
How's it going?
I'm good. But thank you so much. This is such a privilege. Very honored to be invited among brother, sister Asians.
That's what we are.
Yeah.
Can you describe what you do? Because I feel you have a lot of jobs, and I wouldn't be able to do it justice.
I know. Yes. Well, I'm an immigrant, right? As an immigrant coming to the United States and trying to figure it out and starting from many things. So I did wear many hats through my entire life in America. But I work in the food and beverage industry in America. We call it a restaurant. But I recently, well, not recently anymore, in the beginning 2021, I did this, I don't think it's kind of cool, but just like working for the community grassroots of the Indonesian community in New York City. So me and a couple of friends established a really small nonprofit to help them out to get the word out there about this community and about their work.
Well, I'm all about nonprofits because as comedians, we do not make profit. So technically, we're a nonprofit as well. Mm-hmm. Technically
we're doing
speaking,
important work. Yeah,
we're doing the work. We work with the community.
Yeah.
And by community, I mean our Patreon. You have a fun backstory because you used to work with Fumi, the old co-host. You two worked together.
Yes, that little Fumi that I always knew that we all thought that he was an innocent man, and then he just came out of closet out of nowhere, just like, God damn, Fumi. All this time, we all got scammed. Yes, I met Fumi at Ippudo, the first Ippudo flagship store in the United States, in the East Village.
What were you doing there? What did you like? What was your job? What was his job?
So at Ippudo, there is like this 2 bars, right? Have you guys been at Ippudo at East Village?
I've been. Have you been, Jenny?
I've been to Ippudo, but I don't think I went to the East Village one, and I've been once, like so long ago that I don't remember.
Yeah,
I used to legit go to that one like all the time. Not all the time, but like a lot. It was like my favorite. I just really enjoyed it. I haven't been in a long time.
It was so hard to get in.
It was really hard to get into.
Always a line. Yeah.
Yeah. What I would do is I would
still now. Oh my goodness.
What I would do, I would go to the Ippudo. I would put my name in, and then you were allowed to leave. So I would go to the there's like a pool hall, like at the corner on the street, and I would just play pool. Well, I mean, me and my friends would play pool for like an hour until it was time.
So cool!
It was the only way to do it.
So New York, yeah.
You're the sarcasm, Jenny. I missed it, but I also can't stand it. Anyways, Mariska, what did you do at Ippudo?
Yeah, so I was a server, and Fumi, we call this crew called the Doriba crew, like Doriba. It's like, Jenny, you're Japanese, right? You know how like the Japanese like recreate like English Japanese kind of word. So Doriba, literally meaning drink bar.
Oh. Yes.
So it's pronounced Doriba. So there's 2 bars when you like at the host area, the waiting area, and there is like an inside bar that's hidden there to serve the main dining room, where the beverage come out. So Fumi used to hide behind that little bar over there.
Like literally hide?
Yeah, because he's small, so he's like covered.
to like avoid work?
No, it's just like because the bar is really hidden at the corner.
Oh, I
have
see.
no idea there is another set of bar inside the main dining room. And also
Got
it's really
it.
dark, you know? So the bar covered by the wall as you enter the main dining room. Ippudo, that's where Fumi used to stand. Over there, just hiding behind that dori bar.
Got it.
Because I've been many times, and I'm sure I was there when Fumi was there, but I never saw him, probably because
This is ultimately a Fumi drag. It's like
This is a
Fumi's
Fumi
so
drag.
teeny tiny.
little tiny little perverted man hiding behind the bar.
Yep.
funny.
And we have no idea that he's also perverted. Yeah, so...
I could have told you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us. We're gonna get into some of the stuff and some of the work you do and some of the things you and I have talked about. But first, I want to ask Jenny. Jenny, what kind of Asian were you this week?
I was a day spa Asian.
Ooh.
So,
yes.
I went on a little mini road trip. It was my friend who lives in San Francisco's birthday, and she had planned a trip to like a 2-day trip to Carmel for her birthday, and she invited me last minute, and I was like, yes, I would love to go and kind of get out of my head for a little bit. And so one of those days was spent at a day spa. I think that's what it's considered. I've never been to a spa, but it basically is like they have massages, but they also have like sauna and steam room, and then they have a bunch of different pools like at different temperatures, and I guess they like give you a cycle of what you should like what they recommend doing. So it's like doing a sauna for like 10 minutes and then hopping into a cold pool and then sitting near a fire and like relaxing or whatever.
Yes.
So that was my first time doing that down in Carmel, and it was really nice. And it's also a silent spa. Like you're not supposed to bring your phone out, and you're also not supposed to talk that much. And so it's very, very relaxing. And I brought my journal, and when my my two friends, they had massages scheduled at the same time, they left. So I was like alone for like an hour. And so I decided, oh, this is a nice time to journal. And so there's like a corner relaxation room with chairs that they call anti-gravity chairs, but they're just lounge chairs. I was like, this is not anti-gravity. They
So
just
just
lean
grab
back.
full gravity
They're
chairs.
just full gravity lean back chairs. And so I was like sitting there and I was like journaling, and it's in this corner inside a room. So it's like everything's outdoors, and then you like go inside to sit in these anti-gravity chairs. And so I went in, and it's kind of in a corner, so it's like a little dark. And so I went in, it's like I was by myself, I was like journaling, and there's like a big window outside, or looking to the outside, there's like a waterfall, it's beautiful. And there's a hammock right outside. And this couple gets on the hammock and they're like relaxing or whatever. And then like things start kind of like heating up. Like,
whoa,
because no one else was there. And I don't think they knew I was in the room. And I'm like journaling about my dad, like I'm like in there like journaling. Right. And I like look up, and they're like, she's like full on top. Like also we're all in swimsuits because it's like pool area.
Yeah.
So they're like full on making out. And then I had this like moral like dilemma flash in front of me. I was like, what do I do? Like, what's more and less awkward? Like me to just like pretend like this isn't happening, or for me to like go out there, like knock and be like, just FYI, like I'm full view watching you. Like you're right in front of me. Like I didn't know what to do. Luckily, like another person walked by when it started like kind of like really like when she was like full like straddling him on top.
They were in the hammock.
Yeah, like this big hammock. They were like just starting. It was all starting, and I was just like, this is such an odd experience of like, I'm in my own little mental bubble. I look up, they're like in their own little bubble, and I'm like, they don't know I'm here. Like, what do I do? And then this like, luckily this like other person walked by. I was like, oh, excuse me. And they stopped. But it was just one of those moments where I was like, if I were them, would I want to know? I think the answer is, if it heats up too much, I'd be like, yes. But also, I would never be that person. What
would you have done? Could you like cough? And they couldn't hear you, right? Necessarily.
Oh, I would have like knocked. There was like a window. Knock. Yeah, or like throw my pen at the window so it's just like a click. So it sounds like an accident. Like, oops. I chucked
Oops, my journal.
I chucked my journal out the window.
It would be funny though if they were messing around and then they looked up and they're like, and you're just journaling. You're just like looking at them going like, dear journal, some freaks are up on there.
Or I'm sketching them. That's even scarier.
Yeah. You're sketching them.
But overall, it was like, other than that, it was an awesome experience. I will say it's super awkward to be at a silent outdoor spa and then you end up like in a pool just one-on-one. It's really awkward. Like with a stranger, you're like, I don't know what to do. Like, or you walk into a sauna and there's just like a weird like head nod where you're like, and then you like sit
you're not
next
supposed to talk to each other.
I think you can, but
you
you're
could
not
probably like
supposed to.
do a little bit like, okay.
Yeah, but it like literally everything says like silence, please.
Oh shit.
And so
but you're not naked.
No, we're in swimsuits.
And
it's co-ed.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. But it's like just one of those things where like if there's someone in the pool, I would just not go in because I didn't want to deal with the awkwardness of sitting there quietly looking at each other in a pool. Like I just can't do that. Like there were a couple moments where I thought about it where I was like, well, if I want to get in the hot pool, I should. But then I was like, the idea of sitting in a hot pool that's pretty small, staring into the eyes of a stranger in silence is just, I can't do it.
Riska, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
I mean, this actually happened 2 weeks ago when my husband and we occasionally always like visit his family members in Virginia. They're all from Virginia. Mm-hmm. So we planned to go into a hot tub, like a really nice hotel that we stayed in. We thought, I'm like, okay, this is a perfect timing because that's what we're trying to avoid. We're trying not to see stranger eye to eye.
Yes.
And being awkwardly that, okay, do we have to start conversations? Are they going to ask me questions?
Yeah.
So there was another couple enter the swimming pool area. So my husband and I just look at each other and, we could talk, because we're like connected. Yeah. Somewhat we can talk to each other and start to get like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Now what are we going to do? I thought like we're going to have this like pool and a hot tub area all by ourselves. Now there's another couple. Should we talk to them? So
it's just so intimate.
Totally relate.
Yeah.
Did that other couple start making out?
No, they didn't. But they was just like really
That's good.
odd couple. Yeah, no judgment, right? Like you're in a nice hotel and the couple can be whoever, but the man, it looks like a middle-aged man and he stood up. I think he maybe like soak himself in the hot tub for way too long.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he stood up, got out from the hot tub. It looked like he almost wanted to pass out. So my husband and I'm like, what are we going to do? Because he said, oh, guys, I don't feel good. And then the woman got up and just like, are you okay? And I'm like, okay, this is going to be like a scene when like an ambulance has to come.
Oh, my God.
But he ended up okay. But, disclaimer, please, guy, do not soak yourself for a too long, good amount of time in a hot tub because that could like, if you can handle that hot tub, you can pass out.
Yeah.
I feel, man, sometimes there's something about saunas and day spas where it's like, it's supposed to be really nice and, upscale in certain ways.
Yeah.
It's all relaxing. But people don't know how to act at these things sometimes.
Yes, I agree. It's like, I had this moment because there was another couple that was doing a full on like make out in a pool. But like lifting, like
come on,
like
everybody
in a pool, and then like the girl was like in her little bikini, like looking down, like making out them. Like
dude.
It's like Bachelor stuff. Like in the Bachelor, they always have a shot where they're
absolutely,
in a pool.
Yes,
and they,
I'm seeing
shot around them.
Yep.
And
Singles Inferno, everything. Yep.
But like I'm like, that's not what this is. Like this is like now. Imagine that shot in The Bachelor, the camera pulls out and I'm there holding a journal, like 4 blankets, like towels, and I'm just like trying to like get around them. Like that's me.
And then they do the interview of you by yourself, where you're just like, so honestly, I didn't know they were filming, and my name is Jenny. Hi, and I just wanted to journal a little bit.
And this like instruction manual for this spa says that I need to get into that pool right now. for like 5 minutes, and then I have to go to that pool for 10 seconds. Like, I literally was following directions.
Excuse me, everybody, but according to my dossier, I believe I'm supposed to have 5 minutes at the 84-degree pool.
Yeah. That's like, it was just like, was the wrong place for that scene. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like a lot of like, also like a lot of older people just like with their children, like adult children, like having like a day. It just was like, this is not the place for you to have a steamy makeout. It's just not it.
That's why I feel the you go to like a Asian bathhouse spa situation, and it's like it's old people.
Yeah,
it's segregated into different genders.
Yeah,
and it's just a bunch of like those really short stools, so you could like you can Asian squat while showering.
Yeah,
no one's there.
No, it's literally for business.
It's
like,
for business.
You know what I mean? Like, you have business to do, which is to clean yourself and to
clean
get in the bath.
your butthole.
Yeah.
That's what it should be. Don't be having like a singles inferno, like bachelorette situation.
Exactly.
And I'm trying to clean my butthole. And Jenny's trying to journal.
I'm just trying to journal in the relaxation room. That's it.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Anyways, that was my week.
That's a great one. That was a really good one.
Mike,
that's a really great journal story, Jenny.
Thank you.
That's a good journal. I hope you got a good journal out of it.
I did. But I wanted to ask Mike, what kind of Asian were you this week?
You know what? Speaking of steamy, I was a game show host Asian because last night we had our live show. We missed you, Jenny.
Yes.
And I'm not exaggerating. It was incredible. It was a really good live show.
Good.
What we did was we had Delia Kai, the author. She came and talked to her about. She'll come on this podcast soon. And she excuse me. She came on and she talked about her new book, Central Places, which is great. You guys should go check it out. It's out right now. And then we had a dating game show where we had 3 bachelors. And they had a petition, and then we had a bachelorette who was like the eligible single lady, and we had a game show, and we had like multiple rounds, and they were like answering questions, and it was an amazing time. And people came out, and there was no making out at the end or anything like that, but probably because there wasn't a hot tub there.
Yeah. Or me weirdly watching you.
Or
with my journal.
if Jenny was there, they would have been like, "Now's the time." I don't know what it is, but that girl with glasses and a hoodie, turning me on.
Yeah, but to make out with someone else.
But with someone else.
Yeah.
When I see Jenny in a hoodie,
I want to make out with someone else. Yeah.
Someone else. But it was really a really good time. We're hoping we could do it again soon. And I think it was just I called the game show. You're gonna hate this, Jenny. It's called Real Asian Ships.
Real Asian ships?
Real Asian, like relationships, but real Asian ships. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, I don't love that. I don't love that at all.
Yeah, it's great.
Wait, so were there any successful pairings or?
So I think they did exchange phone numbers. I kind of like let them do their thing afterwards. Everybody went to all went to a bar afterwards just to kind of hang out.
Yeah.
But like, you know what? It's a fun game show, but I do think, and people who were there was a guy who didn't. All the guys were great. This is not I'm not shitting on any of the guys. They're all great. But there was one guy who was a sous chef. And he was like he had like a hat on all low the whole time, and he had a different kind of energy, and he had kind of like the bear energy, kind of like a scruffy. He had like a scruffy like beard and everything like that.
Yeah.
And he didn't win, but I think a lot of the people in the audience over time became like, his name's Francis, so everybody over time became Team Francis over time.
Oh, so he won everyone over.
I think he won everyone over because he was just so oh, he's broken, I need to fix him,
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I don't have a job, but you know what? It's okay. I'm gonna do shots at the bar.
You can never fix them. Audience members, you can never. That's me talking to myself. You can never fix them.
I mean, it has to be the chef, right? Does he has like a sous chef looking?
It's a sous chef thing. I mean, he didn't have on the uniform or anything like that, but he had on
the
like the hat
on his apron and stuff like
that,
with the towel at the back.
Yeah, exactly. And it was just, he just had this vibe where it was like, like the other two guys, again, great dudes, but like they were much more kind of like, I work in this industry and I do this thing. Like they're like tech. They're not tech guys, but they like work in the tech field.
Yeah.
And they were like gainfully employed or working with the community in some way to improve their lives, improve the lives of people around them. And then the sous chef was just like, "Oh, I just moved here from Ithaca, and I don't know too many people, And I was like, this is amazing.
That is.
But I'm telling you, there was something about him too. I was just like, dude, I had a crush on him. I was like, yo.
Oh my God. I can't wait to see the footage.
Yes, yeah, there is footage. We'll get it to you. I do want to ask Mariska, is there something? Because the bear is out right now. You work in food and beverage.
Yes.
Do you see this all the time? With like the sous chef. What is going on with the sous chefs? They're sitting there. They're smoking. I was. They maybe they didn't finish college, but they're just like there's something about them.
Always. There's always
Really?
something about sous chefs. Yeah. Well, disclaimer, my husband was a sous chef.
Aha!
Oh my God.
Aha!
It works. Be a sous
It
chef.
works, everybody.
It does. He was my sous chef.
Oh
So
shit! Oh my God!
Technically, I slept with my sous chef.
Whoa!
Oh.
There's always something about sous chef. Yes. I mean, I think the sous chefs is like more like the backbone in the kitchen, because they're always there.
Uh-huh.
They work hard, they work longer hours. They're the one that ordering the food, like all dealing with all the purveyors, like running the pass, running the service. I mean, like smoking is probably they're free of the freedom of just being who they are, when they step out of the kitchen and just have like a nice puff of cigarette, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But I mean, that's how turned me on about my husband back in the day.
Oh shit!
Oh my God.
Oh shit! What was it? Yeah, what was it about? What Okay, we're gonna start the real Asian chips segment.
We have so many questions now.
I want to know. Give me a little bit of like, hey, what was the who made the first move?
Yes,
what was it
that's
about
what I
him?
wanna know.
Yes,
How did it start?
Yes. How did it start?
Well, he started it for sure. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm the extrovert one because at that moment I was the junior sommelier and he was my sous chef. Technically, he's my boss.
Oh, okay.
But I checked him out because his butt was like sticking out from the past when he's plating. Like the setup of the kitchen, the restaurant that we worked together. The pass when the sous chef has to plate the food, it's kind of like towards the wall. Then there is this dish pit, and the kitchen is also in the basement. So every time we have to drop the dirty dishes, we can see all the cooks and the sous chef facing to the line cooks while he's plating. So his butt is like sticking out. So I check him out and it's like, oh shit, nice ass. You know what I mean? My sous chef has a nice ass. Something like that. That's the first moment that I noticed him. But I did not initiate the conversation. I mean, he came to me first. He asked me out. Disclaimer, our first date was we went to Korean spa, Jenny.
Oh, what?
Really?
What?
Wait, but
this comes all the way around.
Are you separated? Or are you together at the Korean spa?
The bathhouse is always separated,
The bathhouse?
right?
Yeah,
so it's like for the ladies and the gents. But our very, very first date, we went to a Korean spa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
It all connected.
Yeah, all connected. And then we went to the Mitsuwa marketplace in Jersey.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's just like a full date,
Yeah.
Korean spa and Japanese food after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the whole sous chef movement,
Yeah.
Get the girl, have a really nice day spa, and treat her a nice meal. That's a sous chef moves, but it worked,
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Okay.
Because
There's
to me,
something about 'em.
yeah, going to the spa and then I know the Mitsuwa. I know it's a big like kind of like food area and a grocery store.
Yeah,
but like
great
that
food court.
That's a very grandpa move though, you know? Getting yourself a nice, getting all warmed up and then going to the grocery store, pick up a couple of veggies, you know? That's good. I didn't know. I mean, it's so crazy to me. Like, I feel that there's all these dudes out there who are just trying to figure out how do I be a man? You know, do I need a bench press or do you not have like a chiseled jaw? Well, all you need, sous chef. That's all you need to be, baby.
And I guess a nice ass wouldn't hurt.
Oh, yes. Yes. This sous chef has a nice ass indeed. Yes. Sorry for me.
No, it's good. Yeah. What's it? Mariska, I'm so glad you're here to join us. You know, you have a nonprofit, and I believe, you know, obviously you work in food and beverage. And there's, I think, a lot of people, you know, of course, like Asian food, Asia as like a giant ass fucking country or continent, world place, is becoming more and more popular. It almost feels sometimes like people are like, oh, what else is there besides what you would think of as like the entry level Asian food? And I think people are starting to explore other things. And I don't know, I wanted to get your thoughts on that. But then also there's a flip side to people kind of, I don't know, like exploring Asia more, which I think you also have an opinion about. Tell us your thoughts.
Yes, definitely. Yes, I think I feel that during COVID time, because, you know, you trap in your house and you probably spend more times in front of computer on your phone and Googling some stuff, like browsing some stuff. And then with the luxury platform of social media, the world is much more open. Mm-hmm. You know, before social media boom as right now, or digital platform booming right now, the knowledge of Asian food and Asian culture, Asian country, it's so minimum in America. Mm-hmm. But right now, because of this larger digital platform and people tagging each other, restaurants, and the food that you eat with the help of bloggers and influencers, people, encyclopedia about Asian food is getting more and more and more. That also it's become a trigger that, oh, maybe I want to visit. I want to travel the other Asian country outside. The most famous countries like China, or Hong Kong, Taiwan, Vietnam, Korea, and Japan, right? Mm-hmm. There's so much other Asian countries out there. So that's what I'm looking at it right now with the help of all this like social media.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Here's a silly little story. When I was growing up, I thought my favorite color was blue. I had blue jeans, I had a blue car, my room was blue. I'd always pick blue when I had the option. Then sometime when I was like 35, I realized something crazy. When I was decorating my new apartment with my wife, I realized my favorite color isn't blue, it's green. It's a small thing, but it made me think, gosh, what else do I not know about myself? Therapy is all about learning about yourself and deepening your own self-awareness so you can understand you better. So if you're interested in therapy, consider BetterHelp. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who can help you on that journey of self-discovery. I've done therapy in the past. It's taught me a lot about how to interrogate my feelings and actions and how to be sensitive to my priorities. BetterHelp is entirely online therapy designed to be convenient and flexible to your schedule. They help you get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists anytime. Discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/Asian today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Asian. Folks, would you pay for a gym if you're only able to use the treadmill? No way. That makes no sense. Mike, get out of here. What are you talking about? But that's exactly what's happening when you pay for Netflix without using ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN lets you change your online location so you can control where you want Netflix to think you're located. They have tons of different server locations so you can gain access to lots of new shows. I use ExpressVPN to watch all kinds of content like Top Gear in the UK Netflix or Spirited Away on the Australian Netflix. ExpressVPN has blazing fast speeds and it works on all your devices. Plus, it encrypts your data so no sneaky dudes can peep on you. Plus, you get to feel like an awesome hacker when you use it. So be smart. Stop paying full price for streaming services and only getting access to a fraction of their content. Get your money's worth at expressvpn.com/Asian. Don't forget to use my link at expressvpn.com/Asian to get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. Are you sorry? Like, because there's that new. Were you involved? So there's that new hawker food thing that's in.
Yes,
Midtown.
Urban
Hawker. Yeah.
in Midtown. Yeah, I think that's more like the Singaporean community.
Mm-hmm.
Because Singapore is really famous with the hawker center. Like everywhere you go in Singapore, you will find hawkers everywhere. You know, there's a place like a mini stalls when owned by the aunties and uncles and just family owned. They just serve their home cooking food, their family recipes, and I think that's what Urban Hawker trying to do. I think they bring about 11 or 13 brands mixed from Malaysia, Singapore, and there's one Indonesian as well.
So you grew up in Indonesia, and then you so I assume you grew up there, and then you came here later on, obviously.
Yeah, I was born there. From a Chinese Indonesian, we call it the Chindos. You know, so it's Chinese Indonesian. So Rich Brian, Agnes Mo, they're all Chindos like me.
Right.
That's how we label it, the Chindos, Chinese Indonesian. Not until I came here for college and started to become Asian, not Asian. You know, like, because like I spent 20 years of my life more in the United States compared in Southeast Asia. I also stay in Singapore for a little bit.
Yeah. So, but you were also telling me, you know, there is kind of like a flip side to the fact that people are going into these other places in Indonesia and like finding these things, but maybe not being super respectful sometimes of those things. You're always sending me like these like hilarious clips of like tourists kind of behaving badly.
Tourists going wild, man. Seriously. I think the most famous island in Indonesia, Bali. I'm sure you guys know about Bali. And sometimes people outside of Bali, they don't recognize that Bali is in Indonesia territorial. They thought Bali it's like an independent country. Yeah, it's like its own. It's like it's like Dominican Republic, like Jamaica or things like that, you know. Bali is just a tiny island part of 17,000 something numbers of the archipelago of Indonesia. And then man, it's been controversial news. It's a bunch of activists start cracking down all these digital nomads and lives there illegally and do business illegally there and just start not respecting indigenous people. That's what I've heard, and you know, a few videos that I share with Mick about it.
I feel that definitely the digital nomad thing is like, you know, that was like the big thing at the beginning of the pandemic, like, oh, you can just go and do whatever you want. And, you know, I don't know, Jenny, did you know like people who did that?
I knew some people actually later on in the pandemic who decided to do that, but I definitely read about it. I also feel it's kind of like my complaint with San Francisco. Well, I'm from San Francisco, so I've like, obviously every time I'm back here, it's like a markedly different city because the people are just new here. Like a lot of people are moving here for jobs. And what I saw is in the pandemic, especially like people who were my friends who I met through a comedy in San Francisco, were very quick to leave the city and the community the second they didn't have to go into work. Because they're like, why am I paying this high rent to live in this place if I can't enjoy the benefits of this like location? Which is like, I understand that from that mentality, but then I'm like, oh, there's no loyalty or like responsibility to like the community, I guess, if that makes sense. Like a lot of people I like my ex friends, I don't talk to them anymore, but they fully moved out of the city when they like the second the pandemic hit. And so I feel the same thing. So then they do that. They go to another community where it's like warmer, or they go to like Hawaii, or they go to like some other place where they can afford. And they like do their thing there. And then they like leave it. Like they
Right,
don't take
right.
care of the community. They just like sit there to soak in the benefits of whatever, and then they leave. And I'm like, that just sucks.
Yeah, I mean, Mariska, what, like, you want people to, to obviously kind of experience the culture and appreciate the food and the people, but then like, where's the balance between doing that and like becoming, kind of like a locust who's coming in to just to like feed off of everything and like suck out all the resources.
Right. I mean, obviously, if you choose, because there's like 11 countries in Southeast Asia, right? Which probably not so many American people know about, like, oh, Myanmar is actually part of Southeast Asia. Laos is Cambodia, even Timor-Leste, like the further east of Indonesia that became independent country. Not many people know how many countries located in Southeast Asia. But this island is truly special because, you live on the islands when you can do whatever you want, but often as a tourist, we forget there's actually indigenous people who's there, generation to generations, and they just forget about that and they think they could do whatever they want. That's probably what we would like to do right now, more like an educating. I'm like, hey, yes, you can visit Singapore, you can visit Malaysia, and especially you can visit and enjoy this beautiful islands of Bali, but treat it like a recreational, but you don't just ignore the fact that there is the native people on that land there that you need to respect with their values, custom, and cultures. And you just don't get to settle down and just like colonize them and just ignore the fact that they're there first. If it's their home, you can start to open like business, doing photography, and you can just make a content for your Instagram, but you ignore the fact of it is. I mean, that's when I was in Bali last month. That's what I see. Like this is crazy for me. It's just like,
is there was there like a lot of people like that? A lot of, I don't know, content creators?
Oh yes, that's a lot of.
No.
If you find like a hashtag here and there, Bali this, Bali that, Bali travel, Bali blog, Bali blogger, Bali design, everything is about Bali. I'm like, what is going on? It was never like that. It was really never like that.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the same thing, but at all. But even when you walk like certain walks in any big city that's like a big tourist place, and you just see like every 10 feet there's someone with like a tripod doing a full photo shoot there. I'm always like, no. Like this place, like it's like so scary to me. Just like the AI stuff, I'm like, this is really scary. And I'm sure that's like probably
everything is for the gram.
Yeah, exactly.
The tripod, cameras, people like going nuts with their Jeep, with the horses, with like it's just for it's literally just for the post to make it look like you're having fun. It's like not even I don't even know if you're having fun, but it's to make it look like you're having fun, and that's what's so scary.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I've always said that if you're actually having fun, think of like the funnest moments you've ever had. It's almost impossible to take a picture of it because you're like you're fucking scuba diving or something, or you're jumping off of a of a bridge. You can't be like, oh, hold on here, like I gotta do it from the left so I can get the gram. It's impossible.
That's my good side.
Yeah. Let me jump into the oceans and take a video with an orca.
There's no way.
Like, that is my dream, though. That is my dream.
I mean, it is. That is, yeah. I'm all about orca content.
I do want to do that.
That is actually how we met. Not met, but like the first time I got a taste of your comedy was when you did a whole presentation on
orcas,
on orcas, and you do really like orcas.
I really love orcas.
There's something about. I can't blame you. They're cute creature. And they're
really so smart. They're so smart.
They're so smart. Well, this is the orca podcast now. We've switched completely over. We're going to talk about orcas only. Well, that sounds horrible, and I'm so sorry to, this is like the new kind of colonialism, It's like we Westerners couldn't colonize things with, I don't know, smallpox anymore. So now we have selfie sticks, and that's like the next phase.
Or like travel vloggers. Yeah, it's the next phase.
Yes, exactly. this also reminds me how you say that like these, you know, these kind of digital nomads or whoever these people come in and they have they don't respect the local values. It reminds me of have you seen when Ronnie Chang has this bit where his friend brings a weed pen into Singapore, and he's like, "Yo, what will happen if they catch me with this weed pen?" And then Ronnie's like, "They will kill you.
Yeah.
You die." You know, it's like, no, but I'm an American. I'm an American. That's like, it's different, right? It doesn't apply to me. And then he's like, no, they're going to kill you.
That's so wild.
Yeah.
Like, we don't care. Singapore, they don't
it's
care.
Singapore. Yeah. Yo,
There's
leave that
no
shit
concept of laws.
Not if you're an American. Americans, we have our own laws. As
I
we
guess. That's so wild.
Yeah. I do want to go to Bali though. I won't bring my weed pen, but I do want to go to Bali.
I mean, yeah, I would love to go to Indonesia.
I do want to go. I mean, you told me there's orcas there. I'm there. You know, what are some other things that, you know, your nonprofit is up to right now, Mariska? Like just kind of to help build a healthy relationship.
Well, we have a very close relationship with the consulate, the Republic of Indonesia, and then we are one of the committee of events. So we have an upcoming cookbook signing event that Faidan book publisher will publish about the Indonesian table. But it's more like in the food beverage, because that's also a side of my other professional expertise. Mm-hmm. So that's coming in spring and May. You guys obviously welcome to join us and see what's going on. And then I mean, we just want to be that extension outlet of the information board, and then doing lots of events with the local New Yorkers and other community, because I think what's missing about this community is the outlet, you know, when there's a lot, you know, like a street food, like a smorgasbord or other, it's always food related, right? Because food is always food always bring people together. It's the easiest part. But what about other values, like teach the potential tourists to behave, you know, like there is like a custom values or culture that you need to be aware. And the climate is different, the food is different. You can't expect, you know, remember the Nash Daily videos that I tag you, Mick? And there is this like caption and comment. It's just like, oh yeah, besides like Balinese food, it's make me like, you know, like gone insanely diarrhea. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, dude, what does that mean? Like, this is why, like, you need to do your homework before you travel everywhere globally in the world. Yeah. Whether you go to Europe, whether you go to like East Asia, anywhere in the world, just learn about what's going on out there. How hot it's going to be, how cold it's going to be. You're not going to go to Iceland with a short and tank top. You know what I mean? Yeah, there you go. You're not going to do that. So that's pretty much what we're trying to do. Just like, hey, you want to visit Indonesia, you want to visit Singapore, you want to visit like majority in Southeast Asia, we can help you to get there safely and come back home safely, pretty much. Or networking in terms of like, oh, what to do, where to go, so on and forth.
That's cool. What's like the, like, how can people find this work? Like, what's the name of the organization?
We named it Kawan Budaya. So Kawan in English means friends, because we built this nonprofit based on friendship. We're all friends. We're all Chinese, Indonesian, who some of us grew up here since they were 2 years old or came for college, and just me, married a second generation American, and I'm naturalized American right now. So we were coming from a different background with a different history of migrant to United States. And budaya means culture. So culturally, we have our roots is Indonesian culture, and we're all friends. That's pretty much Kawan Budaya.
And I think it's really important. Friends keep other friends from getting diarrhea. That's so important.
That is so important. It really is. That's most of my friendship.
Yeah, and wash your hands before you eat,
Yeah.
Don't forget, COVID's still around, people.
Now I'm like, is everyone just stupid? I'm like like as I hear about people like not looking up anything and going places, I'm like, oh my gosh, people are just, what are we?
They don't need any information as long as you got the selfie stick and the drone. That's all you need,
That's all you need.
Yeah. You need to clean the water source.
You need a gorgeous dress, and you go to that like swing over the rice.
The swing.
Yeah.
The swing.
Yeah.
That's
what is
all
with the swing?
Need, baby. I know the swing is real. If you go to
is that there? Is that for real? That's there.
They're everywhere. They will take you high up, and then those people, this professional camera, will just like shoot you. And whatever you see on Instagram, people on the swing with a red dress, green dress, purple dress, whatever, they're doing it. That thing is crazy for me. I wouldn't go because I'm scared of heights. I'm so scared of heights.
Oh my God.
I'm just trying to imagine, like, you're a Balinese person, you're making a living. Maybe you got a restaurant, you're going to school, but then somebody's like, yo, you got swings though? That's how you're going to make money, is the swings.
The swings. That's where the money's at.
That's all you need.
We should have known. We're stopping comedy. We're getting to get into the swing game.
The swing business.
Swing ships. How about that? Swing ships.
Yeah, I think that has a very... Oh, swing ships could mean there's ships that swing, but also they could be swinging relationships. So
there you go.
That's a fun little wordplay that we can play with. Go. Yeah.
Yeah. Forget the Orca podcast. Now we're a swing podcast. Thank you, Mariska, for that. I can't wait to hear more about it and experience your culture respectfully. And I do want to end the podcast with just a little thing. We haven't done this in a little bit, but it just popped up on literally this morning for me. We got a little, Das Race News segment where what happened, I guess, is Simu Liu was he was at the NBA All-Star game. Mm-hmm. He's a big basketball fan, and he plays basketball. And it's in Utah. Okay, so already not a good start.
Yeah,
but he
tread carefully.
Tread carefully. And so he's doing the thing, and they do the thing at the game where they have a celebrity lookalike fan, cam, right? Mm-hmm. And they'll find someone who looks he looks like I don't know, Jonah Hill, or you look like whoever. And already, it's a bad setup.
Yeah.
You got an Asian celebrity. You're gonna do a who looks like Simu Liu thing. The premise already is bad. But they find an Asian guy. If you go look, it's just like they just found, I think, the one other Asian guy in Utah.
Yeah.
And it's like it's just some dude with glasses. Doesn't look like him at all.
Yeah.
It's just I look more like Simu Liu than this guy. It was insane. And they put it on the Jumbotron.
They did?
Yes. They put it on the Jumbotron.
Did the guy look so surprised?
The image they had, he was just like, I don't even know if he was paying attention, but he was just like there. And then they have a picture of Simu Liu, who's like in this like amazing headshot of him, and he's like wearing a sexy cardigan because he's Simu Liu. And then they have this guy in glasses just like eating nachos. And Simu tweets out, "Hey, I had a great time at this, but this isn't cool."
Yeah.
He tweets that.
Yeah.
But yeah. What do you think?
I think it's so like a problem that should have ended like 5 years ago. It's just so it's just like wild that we're still doing this.
Yeah. Yes.
I just had this idea for a sketch, so no one take it, but I'm gonna pitch it. But I just imagine like doing the celebrity lookalike thing at a game where everyone legit looks like that celebrity, and then it gets to like an Asian person, and it is like Michelle Yeoh. And then it's like the oldest Asian man you've ever seen in your life. And it's like, or like, you know what I mean? Like it could be like an Asian baby, and it's like Michelle Yeoh. Like, it's just like so crazy how like they just choose anything. They're just like still doing this. It's such like a basic conversation. But anyways, I just had that thought in my head of like, or it's like me, and then it's like, what's his name? Ki like
Kwan,
He Kwan at the Oscars, and then it's like me.
Yeah.
Full dressed in my Brooklyn clothes. I was like, what?
Please.
No.
Wait. First of all, the person who admitted that he looks like Simu, does he has a six pack?
That's what we should be asking.
Yeah, we should take.
That's what we should be asking.
Take his shirt off.
Take your shirt off. Let us see your six pack.
Simu Liu six pack. I think that's really important.
I am now fully looking this up so I can see the lookalike game thing. But yeah, I just think it's like just so at this point, we're so beyond it. This is crazy. This really is like okay. This is wild. That man really does. You're right, Mike. You look more like Simu than
I look more like Simu Liu than him. Listen, if they got me, if they were like, here's Simu Liu and there's Mike Nguyen, I mean, I would be like, of course, yeah, we're totally the same.
Yeah.
Six packs and everything. Let me take my shirt off.
Yeah, all of it. Okay, yeah. This is not cool. I mean, it's just like literally the whole problem statement is literally in that one freaking picture.
Yeah. This is why I don't know. People are, okay. I'm just gonna leave it.
This literally like happened yesterday. Like
literally yesterday.
Literally yesterday. Now, one of my coworkers at the restaurant saw a Chinese man with cigarette hanging off his lips. So just like, I think I see this guy every day passing by with the same clothes, with the cigarette hanging out his mouth, and I just like, are you trying to say that every Chinese man dressed
with
the
a cigarette
same
hanging out.
with the cigarettes hanging out? And
maybe it was me.
Just like, am I?
Yeah.
It was. Are you sure it wasn't me? I'm everywhere.
Yeah, Mike is everywhere. Oh my god. But let me just say though, it is also funny to be the other guy, the guy who was compared to him, and then to see Simu be like, I don't look anything like them, which is true factually when you look at it, but it's also the huge burn of us being like, he looks nothing like Simu. It's also pretty funny. Yeah.
My dude,
you look nothing like Simu.
You know, hey.
Nice try, buddy. My dude.
Yeah.
Don't worry. You don't look anything like Simu, okay?
Yeah.
We're not racist. You look nothing like him.
But like reversely the hurt of that, you're like,
exactly.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
He's in the gym right now. He's like working out. He's like doing it. He's like eating salad. He's putting his nachos away.
God.
Well, thanks NBA for that. That was great.
Yeah, thanks
I needed
a lot.
a laugh. But yes, I want to say thank you very much to Riska LyHo for joining us and for sharing with us your wisdom. Where can our fans find you? Give us another plug, and so they can learn more about you.
The nonprofit name, once again, Kawan Budaya. You can find us at www.kawanbudaya.org, or our Instagram is at Kawan Budaya. If you like to reach out and DM, I think that's the word, millennial DM and Gen Z DM kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's at just Rika. It's my Instagram. Oh, my last shout out though, and I'm really sorry guys, I have to say this. There's shout out to Bobby Lee. Bobby Lee came to our restaurant like 2 days ago. He was in
nice.
town, and he's sincerely disappointed at me because I am not Korean.
Oh, okay.
Really? Did he say that to you?
He said, like, what are you? Well, what are you, though? You have an accent. You are not Korean. I'm like, well, relax, Bobby. I am not Korean. I'm very sorry, sincerely disappoint you. But Bobby Lee eats caviar with potato chips, so that's a catch.
All right.
Okay, good to know.
You can always find the podcast at Asian Not Asian Pod, and you can find me on there at Nice Pants Bro.
And I'm at Jenny Arimoto everywhere.
Jenny, you're back on the pod. When are you going to be back in New York soon?
Yeah, I should be back later next week.
Okay.
So I'll be back in New York, hopefully, if everything goes to plan.
Don't get rid of any of your polar fleece stuff. Bring it all with you.
Yeah, I'll be wearing all this tech gear of companies that I've never even heard of.
Yeah.
Or more Berkeley sweatshirt.
Or more Berkeley sweatshirts.
Yeah.
We need that. And until then, everybody, be safe. We love you. Peace out. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.